Well, we shall find out very soon. This is frame 7 of a possible 9. Ronnie has to win all 3 of the remaining frames to make further progress here in Belfast.
Well, that was a better shot than it looked. Had to catch it so thin to miss the other reds, and nearly went in behind the green. And that's a better safety from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Cut off the right side of the pack with the green. Trying to force Tom Ford into a pot, but he's having none of it. Another super fine shot. This time too thin. The white ball's coming back down the table, and this is an early chance for Ronnie. But there's pressure on this ball. He knows if he misses it, it could be his last shot. Good pot. And the black does go.
Five.
But what happens to the spot? Well, it looks like it will spot. And is that a plant
12.
Just above it?
There's your answer.
But what? Well, your guess is as good as mine.
I think he was very frustrated there that he wasn't on the black, but that was nonetheless, I have to say, Ronnie, a very silly response. Sheer frustration on Ronnie's part, but he lost his cool a little there.
Yes, and he can count himself fortunate that he hasn't left anything easier. Didn't play the safety. And that has upset Tom Ford slightly.
Well, Tom himself has been a little fortunate in as much as Ronnie can't see that red. The brown's in the way. Oh, it's right on the lip. Look at that, Joe.
Yes.
Tread quietly round the table. What a cracker.
Wait a minute. Oh, what a cracker, as you said. And we'll want to release that black and pink as soon as he can. But maybe that was just a little too early to play it.
6. Quiet, please.
Actually, he's in a spot of bother here. There's no obvious red on, and of course that red on down on the green pocket is waiting for Tom Ford should he miss. Now, one red onto the other. White almost went in, and he's missed it. That was a great effort, actually.
It was. Now, can Tom Ford see this red? White was close, as you called, and so was the red. Well, it doesn't appear as though Tom can see this red over the pocket.
No, I think Ronnie's been lucky, but he really has to
Well, it appears
just get
he
himself
can.
together. Oh, yes, off the cushion.
One.
And Ronnie was in severe danger of losing his self-discipline there, following that failure to get onto the black a moment or two back. And here's an opportunity now for Tom Ford to build another sizable contribution, possibly. Who knows? It might even take him over the finishing line.
6.
Well, there's certainly nothing Ronnie O'Sullivan can do about it now. All in Tom Ford's hands. But at some stage during this break, we'll need to go into that pack of reds if he's going to win at this visit.
Well, Ronnie's got to wait now and hope that Tom gives him another opportunity. But Tom's been a bit mean, it has to be said, in that department. Although there is an unforced error.
Yes, and that was pure pressure. And Ronnie could pot this red into the left corner, disturb the pack, go up for the blue. There's all sorts of shots he could play here. Well, wanted to be better on the black than this, and this is a tough one. Great shot. Let's hope, for the game's sake, that Ronnie O'Sullivan has got himself together.
Seven.
I remember, as you recalled earlier on, Joe, he came back from 2 behind with 3 to play against this very man in the round robins in Aberdeen. Can he do it again?
11.
Held the pink spot, and that will help him.
17. 18.
Now much easier to bust the reds from the blue with the pink not there. And doesn't need to go into them too hard. And that's ideal.
23.
They're loving this battle, aren't they? Here in the Waterfront Hall. They're seeing a cracking match, that's for sure.
Yes, and Ronnie has to keep in mind that there's a lot of people come tonight to watch him play, paid to see him play, and they deserve his best.
32.
Yes, an interesting remark you make there, Joe, because it takes us back to his match in the UK against Stephen Hendry last December, and it has to be said he didn't.
Well, that was game ball, not acknowledged by the crowd. So it's going to be 4-3.
41. 42.
41.
49.
Tell you what, I bet Aaron Williams sleeps well tonight. The way he's been rattling around the table, fishing the colours out.
56.
So yet another half century. Here we go, left-handed again.
58.
Well, this has been a very defiant contribution from Ronnie. He's got his self-control back.
61.
And he did threaten to lose it earlier on in the frame.
65. 70.
Well, that will go down as a foul. The break ending at 70. But a defiant Ronnie O'Sullivan getting it all back together again and pulling a frame back. But it's Tom Ford still with the advantage. The Leicester man leads Ronnie by 4 frames to 3. Here at the Waterfront Hall, Belfast, we're reaching an exciting climax in this Northern Ireland Trophy second round match here between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Tom Ford. The younger player leading by 4 frames to 2, only to see Ronnie pull one back 4-3. Tom Ford then still in the driving seat, but Ronnie on a roll in that last frame when he got his self-control back together after losing it a little earlier on in that previous frame. So here we go, frame 8 of a possible 9. Tom Ford looking for just one more for a sensational victory. Ronnie O'Sullivan still needing to win them both.
Yes, and not a particularly good break off. Ronnie can get his hand on the table. Played with a lot of right hand side to avoid the black. But still one that you would have expected Ronnie to get. And that little kiss on the green has made the green and brown a big target.
Will it reach? Will it reach? Just about.
Tremendous amount of right hand side, but has he left this ball on into the left corner? It looks it. Maybe not. Doesn't want to leave it touching. It's touching ball, and that's careless of Tom Ford. Ronnie O'Sullivan can choose his spot now, and sometimes it's as well not to play the snooker in these situations. Opponent can just roll into the side of the pack, so may allow Tom Ford to see the reds here. Didn't want to leave a red on. Wanted it to be a bit stronger than that, so I'm sure he'll take this red on. Black's available.
Well, I've seen him pot a few of these in this match, Joe. His long potting has been quite good.
So it was a bit careless that from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Not good enough that time though.
Well, stayed still on the shot. Not sure if Ronnie can get to this red just above the black. If he can. Well, he's got to be careful here not to leave this red over the right corner. And that's a good safety shot. Good speed. Covered the red with the green. Good speed on the white ball. It's a little bit more trickier, this shot. And he's left Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 7.
We won't be having that put back.
Not with that red there, certainly not. Bad mistake there by Tom Ford.
Yes, it certainly was, Mike. He needed to be hitting the other side of the red. And he's missed it on the right. Left Ronnie an easy opener.
8.
And this is a tricky little shot as well. Difficult to hold for the black. And that's why he's taking this much more difficult red.
9.11. 12. 19. 20.
And that's the perfect angle just to play the cannon to the red above and right to the black. Perfectly played.
27. 28. 35. 36. 41. 42.
And once again, played it perfectly. Could play to go into the reds here. Well, where's the red going?
Oh, well, that was unfortunate.
Yes, it was unfortunate because he didn't really bust the reds.
Touching ball.
So it hasn't left anything.
Foul.
Could have been so much worse. Could have opened all them reds up and knocked a red in. So, touch and ball called. Target green and brown. Good speed on the white ball. And Ronnie doesn't want to open the reds.
Might have made a mistake there. There's a red on across the table for Tom into the left middle.
He has played it at much pace, Mike. White ball needed to be closer to the cushion.
1.
And as you said, that's an opener for Tom. Well, didn't play that one very well. Played for the red in the middle.
7.
Still has this one to the corner.
Eight.
Now, has the angle to go into the reds. Could play for the loose one, but this is the perfect angle.
Get the black first.
Tom Ford 8.
Yes, and the pressure just getting to Tom Ford at the moment. It looked like it potted that black.
Well, I think that's frame over. I can't see Ronnie letting him have another go at this one. I think we're in for a decider here, Joe. And then, of course, anything can happen.
Well, it all depends what this shot turns out to be. It doesn't look easy to get onto a colour. So taking the more difficult red, and this is missable.
1.
Good shot. So it is looking like a decider now, Mike. And Tom Ford just seems to have lost his way in the last couple of games.
Is it going to be a repeat of the finish between them in Aberdeen?
8.
It has to be said that Tom Ford has had chances to win this match. Missed a relatively easy red in the last frame
13.
to win 5-2.
14.
Well, that should be enough now.
Missed an easy black this frame to win 5-3. So a decider looms.
21.
And I for one can't wait.
Well, I have to say this has been a highly entertaining match. Both players have got on with the game. Ronnie just losing it a little in the previous one, but he pulled himself together again with that nice break of 70.
28.
Tom's had three terrific runs, 82, 70, 95.
34. 36.
Now, he's just snooking himself. Pardon me for even mentioning it.
Again, looked like he played it with just a touch of swerve with the right hand side. Perfect position.
43.
Is it hard enough? What about this for a positional shot? Oof. hasn't missed yet.
48 and the frame.
Well, it's a 48 up to the blue, and it's more than enough to give Ronnie O'Sullivan yet another frame. From 4-2 behind, he's taken 2 in a row to put this match into the decider. It's 4 frames apiece. Welcome back to the Waterfront Hall here in Belfast, where this match in the Northern Ireland Trophy, Ronnie O'Sullivan versus Tom Ford, has reached a fascinating climax. It's been counter-punch all the way through from these two players. Ronnie's had 84, 65, 70. Tom Ford's had 82, 70, 95. And Tom Ford had the match at his mercy at 4 frames to 2 after he'd got that 95 in frame 6. And then Ronnie began to lose a bit of self-control in frame 7. But Ronnie, to his credit, he got his control back. He took that frame, 4-3. And he's taken the next one, 4-4. And so here we are, best of 9, and frame 9 is coming up. The traditional handshake before the decider. And it's Ronnie O'Sullivan to get this final frame underway. This for a place in tomorrow's last 16 and a match against either Ali Carter or Nigel Bond. And I can tell you that Ali Carter is currently leading Nigel Bond by 4 frames to 3 over on table 2. Should that match finish before we go off air, we shall obviously relay that score to you. Well, if that was an attempt at the pot, it was a million miles away.
Yes, he was scared of cannoning into the black and red, and that affected the pot. So a long one for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Can he knock it in?
And if it does knock it in, can he get on a colour? Not easy to get on the black, that's for sure.
Well, couldn't have got it in nearer, and he has left a shot for Tom Ford. I think the black does go into the left corner.
And this is where Tom is going to have to just keep his cool here. He's missed 1 or 2 shots in the last 2 frames under a bit of pressure, leading one of the greatest names in the game. And I just sensed, Joe, and you might well agree with me, that maybe the occasion just got to him on a couple of occasions.
Excellent shot with the rest. Well, I don't know about the occasion got to him, but maybe something got to him. It's not easy to watch your opponent lose it at the table. It can sometimes affect you. He certainly hasn't played as well as what he did in the early part of the match, for whatever reason. And that was a poor positional shot from Tom Ford. Got to be careful not to push it. It's very close. Wow.
I was surprised to see him taking that one on. It was a very awkward angle. Surely the cut back into the other corner, the green pocket, would have been the easier shot to take.
Yeah, it's difficult to say until you stood behind the shot, but it doesn't look as though he's done any damage, or has he? Oh, he has.
1.
And this super fast table, the white ball's run on a good foot further than he anticipated.
Yes, this main table, the television table, has been running ultra fast all week, hasn't it, Joe? Ever since we began last Sunday.
Yes, absolutely beautiful.
Seven.
And that's perfect position. And ideally, that's where he'd like to be, on that red next to the black. There's other reds he could play for, but ideally, I'd like to be on that one next to the black. That opens things up. Well, he's got on this red to the right corner, and he can play the cannon to the red to the left of the black, if he so wishes.
$13.
No attempt at the cannon. And that little rub on the brown just made things awkward. Had it missed the brown, wouldn't have been hampered on the red.
$19.
And once again, played for this red to the left of the black.
23.
And that looks perfect. What a shot that was. There wasn't much room there.
24.
And still has a couple of reds that he can play for. And there may be a possible plant just above the black. Well, didn't get on it. Didn't get on it.
31.
And this is a dodgy cutback. We'll be opening the reds. Excellently played. But once again, this isn't an easy black.
Almost got two for the price of one there. That red going down towards the green pocket.
Yes, that red could cost him the match. And if it goes in, could win him the match. Well, he's been unlucky again by the looks of it. Well, the only shot he's got is a super fine clip to the left middle. And he's got it. What a shot that was again. And still, he's not on anything. Can't keep pulling shots out of the bag like this.
I remember Alex Higgins doing similar things many years ago, Joe, you'll recall.
Well, another great shot. Excellent shot. And look at the positional play there. Absolutely brilliant. Shot of the match so far. Yes, I do remember that break with Alex Higgins and Jimmy White.
45.
Back in 82.
Well, it's beginning to look as if Ronnie O'Sullivan has got himself off the hook. He's not home and dry yet. One careless mistake and he could still let Tom Ford back in. But this has been a good recovery from the low point in frame 7 when he was 4-2 down and losing self-control.
$53.
Well, it appears the pink goes.
59.
Oh.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 59.
Well, once again, Ronnie O'Sullivan just needed that red and the black to win the match. And that red that he's just missed could be the one that saves him from losing the match. Missed it by a long way.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And it's rolled safe, that red.
One.
Well, is it Ronnie's turn now to sweat it out a little in his chair? Or more pertinently, can Tom Ford keep his cool here under pressure?
6.
Well, didn't play that one particularly well. Thinks he got a kick, having the white ball cleaned. Now it all depends whether this red will go into the right corner pocket. If not, then he has to play a tricky cannon to those two reds.
Well, that tells you that it does go.
And that will release the other one to the right of it.
13.
So this looks like this match is going to rest upon that red on the right side cushion.
$14.
Oh, and nearly developed the angle to knock that red out. It's just finished a little straight, but he can leave the angle off of this red to be able to either stun in behind the red or attempt to bring it out. Well, what about that for a shot? Played to perfection.
28.
And it's all in his hands now.
$29.
No reason why he shouldn't clear the table. It's come too far for the blue, which is what he played for.
There is one reason, Joe. Nerves.
Well, we can think of a few reasons, Mike, but there's no reason really why he shouldn't clear up, apart from kicks,
31.
nerves, miscues.
$33.
But he's taken them well.
He needs them all.
Blue to pink.
36.
Just come a little far.
Remember, when he came to the table, he was 53 points behind with only 67 on the table. Ronnie was within a red and a colour of frame and victory.
Yes, now I think he's come too far.
Oh! Well, that was because he knew he was going to have to force it for position.
Yes, came too far on the brown.
Quiet now,
Meant
please.
he had to play the blue with a lot of side. If you have a look again, lots of side on the white ball.
And that has swung the pendulum back in favour of Ronnie O'Sullivan. And Ronnie has got himself out of jail.
Unbelievable.
And he's over the line. He's won 3 frames in a row, just as he did against Tom Ford in Aberdeen a month ago. He's done it again. From 4-2 behind, he's come back. He's beaten Tom Ford by 5 frames to 4.